Okay, another important thing about the Cartesian coordinate system and being able to graph and work with this is you have to be completely and 100% comfortable with naming and labeling points. Okay, so here we have some points that have been drawn. This is our X and Y axis system here, and it's been gridded off. So notice that the X axis here, it's just a number line basically, where as you move to the right, the numbers are positive. As you move to the left, those numbers are negative. Then our y-axis functions the same way. As we move up, the numbers are positive, and as we go down, those numbers are, get more and more negative numbers that way. It's almost as if you had taken that x-axis and turned it on its side, so that we have two axis systems. Okay, when we talked earlier about solving equations and finding solutions, we said that every one of those came in the form of x comma y. And then in the last video, we talked about how this was like it's like the address. It's like the directions that tell you how to get to a particular place. Okay, when we're learning to name these points, I want you to think in those terms of you're finding an address. So for instance, if I want to name point A, what I want to do is I want to tell somebody, okay, if you start right here, how do you get to this point? Give them directions on how to get there. Well, we always give directions, or labeling our points, another word there, in the form of x first and then y. So to get from this point to this point, in the x direction, we would have to go positive 2, and then we would have to turn around and go up. So in the x direction, we would go positive 2, and then in the y direction, or going up and down is the y direction, we would go positive 5. That is how you name that point. Okay, let's try B. Point B. So again, we always start out at the origin. This is the origin was where we start out originally. And this time I want to give somebody directions on how to get to this point B. So to start out, remember we always label x first. So I would go 2 units here in the x direction, but that's the negative x direction. So I would have to say negative 2, and then from there they would have to go up 2 units. Well, that's the y direction. So this literally says go left 2 and then up 2. Okay, let's try another one. C is this point right here. So to get there from the origin, remember we do x first and then y. So that's going in the negative direction 5 units. So that'd be negative 5. And then we would have to go up, or in the positive direction, 5 units. Getting the hang of it, I hope. Let's try point D. Point D, remember again we're starting at the origin. We're going to go in the negative x direction 6 units, so negative 6, and then we're going to go down, or in the negative y direction, 2 units. So that literally says the x direction we go negative 6, and in the y direction negative 2. Alright, last one is E. Oops, I think I made a boo-boo there on my drawings, didn't I? For E is right here. Well, remember, we're starting right here at 0. So in the x direction, I don't have to go anywhere. In the x direction, we go no units. But we do have to go down, and in this case, this would be down 1 unit. So our point would be 0, negative 1. That literally tells somebody, don't go left and right, but go down 1 unit.